I am God!
Are you sure?
Was The Boys finale good? No. Was The Boys finale bad? Also no. I've never been so conflicted after watching the finale of a series. I feel like the creators hit every bullet point they needed to hit in order for the series to end, but didn't add a single drop more. In my senior year of high school, I had a crap amount of honors and AP classes that I didn't give a shit about, and my missing assignments started to stack up at the end of the year. And it came to a certain point where it's like, okay, I can't get all these done. I need to strategically calculate the exact amount of assignments and how much of each assignment I need to do in order to pass these classes. I think the Boys creators have done the same exact thing that I did in high school. They had a minimum amount of things they needed to get done for this finale. Nothing more, nothing less, just bare minimum so they can get by. This is complex because sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate your story as long as it satisfies the audience and leads to an expected conclusion. But other times that includes insulting the audience's intelligence and retconning everything that they themselves have built because they wrote themselves into a corner. This finale somehow adopts both of those two strategies at the same exact time. Everybody and their mama knew that this finale was going to be rushed just based on pure math. We have 65 minutes to wrap up everything, including how will Homelander die? Where are the Gen V characters? Where the hell is Ryan? How will the soup virus play a factor? How will the Butcher vs. Homelander Scorched Earth go? Where are the Gen V characters? How will the Deep's character end? Will Vought completely collapse? How will Butcher die? Where are the Gen V characters? When does Homelander snap on the American people? Where do the boys end up after all this drama? Where are the Gen V characters? Dog, I spent a whole 16 days out of 2 years watching this show. It better not have been for nothing. The finale ended up covering all these points, but it didn't feel natural. It felt speed ran. Homelander's big snap was a 30-second supervillain speech that then catapulted straight into the final fight. Don't get me wrong, I loved his speech. I just wanted something more for his big shackles off moment. It's almost like he should have been masked off like this in episode 5 or 6, then we'd have the remaining episodes to see the aftermath of his tyrannical reign. In the video I made a little while ago, I shared that Anthony Starr said that Homelander does something so vile in the next coming episodes of The Boys that it's the worst thing that he has ever done. Ever since seeing that, I have been waiting with bated breath to see what this terrible thing was. The only thing I can think of that he could have possibly been talking about was when he sent Elon Musk into space, which I mean, it's not vile. I was just expecting something even more deplorable, like eating the fucking Deep. The big epic fight itself was underwhelming to most people, which I understand. My biggest gripe with it was that Marie Moreau was replaced with Kimiko to be the anti-Homelander superweapon. You know Marie Moreau, the woman from Gen V they've been building up for 2 seasons to be the anti-Homelander superweapon. Instead, she and the other Gen Vs had one scene with Starlight, had a heart-to-heart, and then fucked themselves right on out to Canada.
I'll fuck myself right out.
You know what? For my sanity, I'm gonna stop talking about Gen V because obviously the showrunners want us to forget that it ever existed. Other than that random obvious retcon, I actually enjoyed the fight. I found it ironic and kind of poetic that the fight took place in the White House and on national TV, which fits the Boys universe so well. I thought that was brilliant. I love all the callbacks to Homelander constantly trying to fly away when he's outnumbered, just for him to get tackled this time, like, bitch, where you thought you was going? And even though the big Scorched Earth moment was in fact not Scorched Earth, and the Kimiko plotline was way too convenient and random, I was thinking of none of that when it came to Homelander's death. Oh my god. His death was perfect. It was inevitable. It needed to happen. Homelander is the Boys, and Homelander needed to die with the Boys. There is no other end to this show. Whenever I watch a show, I like to piece together the specific fate the main character deserves to have. For Breaking Bad, I knew Walter White just had to die. His ego was getting too massive, and he was just a poison to everyone around him. In You, Joel Goldberg had to face all of his consequences head on. Death would have been an easy out. And he previously tried to unalive himself, and he became a worse person. So, the only appropriate ending for him was prison. In Power, Ghost was willing to step on the necks of his own family, his own son and wife, just to reach the top. He already went to jail, and he came out, and he became a worse person too. So he needed his own flesh and blood to be the ones to kill him. I was right with all of my predictions so far, And I was right again with the boys. Homelander needed to not only die, but he needed to go out sad, powerless, pathetic. And oh my god, they went overboard with the pathetic.
I'll fucking suck your dick, please. I'll do anything. You want me to eat shit? I'll eat your fucking shit. I'll eat your fucking shit. I love you, dude.
This is exactly how I would expect the man-child who has never had to be held accountable for anything in his entire life to behave when he's been stripped of literally everything. Another thing I liked about this finale was that the main group of the boys felt how they felt in the first season. We got Butcher giving intense pregame speeches, we got Kimiko doing aggressive sign language, and we got Huey actually being useful. Oh my god, it's crazy.
I mean, you have your thing. I have mine.
We even got Starlight finally being fully in tune with her powers. Oh my god, it's about goddamn time. Final episode, by the way. One of the things I've enjoyed the most this season has been the reverse redemption arc of the Deep, which I feel is an unpopular opinion. And seeing him just blatantly choose to remain this way has just been the icing on the cake.
For once, take some responsibility for yourself.
And I love how everyone he's ever wronged has had a moment to kill him, but then chose not to and let him live. Even when Starlight shoots him into the ocean, she probably wants him to swim away and get a fresh new start. But it's his own dumbassery that leads to his ultimate demise. Getting ass fucked by an octopus to death. R.I.P. the Peak. I'll miss hating you. Another thing I liked was the sudden half redemption arc of Ashley. She always came across as someone that was caught in an unwinnable situation. Either compromise yourself and your beliefs to please this huge supervillain empire, or stay true to your beliefs and risk getting killed by Homelander and his servants. I was glad she finally completed her arc by helping the boys get into the Oval Office to take down Homelander. It just sucks that she was awarded for doing that by immediately being arrested. At least she survived through the whole series. Kudos to her. Sister Sage legit didn't have a backup plan. She pissed off Kimiko, became dumb and useless, and went to Harry Potter World at Universal. That's it. Goodbye, Sage. The last huge thing that happened in this finale was the death of Butcher, which I feel they didn't handle well at all. The way that they made it seem was that the death of his dog Terror, who died peacefully in his sleep, was the catalyst to him wanting to release the super virus, which we all forgot existed at this point. Like, let's be real. We just saw a second ago that he was planning to start a new peaceful and soupless life with Ryan and Terror, but when Ryan leaves him in abandonment and Terror leaves him in death, he decides to continue his soup genocide. You can argue that he wanted Huey to kill him, but he was terminally ill with cancer. He was gonna die soon anyway. I feel like they always knew Butcher wouldn't make it to the end of the series, but when it came to the actual end of the series, they never figured out the how. They thought, wouldn't it be so poetic if Huey, the man he started all of this with, was the one he ended it all with? If I was writing the season, I would have Homelander die in episode like 7-ish, so that we could have the next episode, or if it was movie length, the whole rest of the finale to have Butcher just going his just straight up villain arc, like becoming an actual force, like maybe actually releasing some of the virus and just becoming feral with it, and then having the boys having to hunt him down. That's what I would have done, and I would have let it breathe instead of having like 4-something storylines all rushed in 1 hour. All in all, I really did like this finale. I just felt that it mathematically could not be good given the time restraints and everything they had to strip away. I feel if the finale was like 2 hours and 30 minutes, that would have solved like most of the problems that they had. But hey, we don't want to bore the audience. But when it's all said and done, I will remember this finale and its 5.8 rating on IMDb. And I will remember this show as one of my favorite shows of all time, along with Vought Rising. Just kidding. Fuck Vought Rising. And most importantly, Homelander will go down as one of, if not the biggest meme icon in pop culture history. I've been RVC, and thank you for watching.
Let me out of here! Let me out! Why isn't this working?
Hey, look at me. Turn around and look at me, you one-eyed demon! You're a real wise guy, but you made one fatal mistake. You messed with my family.
You're making a mistake! I'll give you anything! Money, fame, riches, infinite power, your own galaxy, please! No! Stay!